Hey Switchheads, welcome back. My name's Kanan and this is my review for Katana Kata. A Souls-like katana samurai type simulator, I suppose one might say. And don't forget to hit that link down below, just down there, go on. It sends you to our community Discord where we weekly do loads of different streams. But for now, let's find out if Katana Kata has what it takes to slash its way onto the Wall of Fame, or whether it will be blunt as heck and end up on the Wall of Shame. Or maybe somewhere in the middle. Gameplay. Story-wise, you're kind of almost like a Jedi, but you're like a training one, and your master had other trainees, and they've all failed and become part of the dark side. I wonder where I've heard this from. And it's kind of your task now to go and defeat those other ones, trainees that become bad guys. Or at least I think that was the story anyway, kind of in a roundabout way. But trust me, you probably won't really care about the storyline as soon as you actually start playing the game. So as was said at the beginning, it kind of is Souls-like, as in it's difficult as heck. And kind of like when you die, you don't lose everything, but you do lose like some things. And in this game, you even get a chance to battle your way back into the actual game itself. Or to go back to your master's dojo and have a bit more of a practice, if you like. The controls seem difficult to start with, but as you actually get into it, it's less and less difficult and more almost intuitive. You get a high chop, a low chop, and then dodge and all that lot, and it all does work quite well in the end. And you can even parry out of the way and counter other characters' moves. There's also perks that you can use, and also like potions, as in, drinkable for health and everything. And the biggest thing, if your weapon breaks, you can actually pick up, yes, your weapons break, it's rather annoying sometimes, but you can pick up other fallen enemies' weapons as well. Add to this a progression where you pick up points the further on you go, and then you can spend them at these Buddhas putting up different attributes, such as strength, dexterity, health and breath, all doing different things for you. Like the obvious, like putting up your health and also the damage that you do and other things. Defeating certain characters get you these perks, and these can have different effects like additional slots for health bottles, as in dexterity, efficiency, vitality, and some of them are even stackable. And all of this can be seen from these Buddhas that you can go to put up your stats and everything, like I said before. There's this kind of circle around you at all times that you can make it larger or shorter depending on where you want to lock onto. So if you're in a large crowd, you can have it larger, and if you're in like a just one-on-one, so it's just to concentrate on one enemy at a time. There are multiple weapons. There is just quite a bit to this actual game, even though it kind of looks simple from the outside. The controls sometimes play against you, and I feel they're not as sensitive as they should be for a game like this, but although in most other Souls games there are sensitivity issues with them games as well, mainly because these sort of games rely on it so well that you notice it more. And it's rock hard. Yes, it's solid. Now there's only, as far as I can see, like 5 levels to the game, each hard as nails and each with an ender level type of boss. Starting off with a samurai, and as recording the footage for this, I haven't got past the second part, which is the garden. But trust me, I am trying really hard, but it is a nails hard game, as I've mentioned before. And within that, it is quite appreciated the fact that when you go back to the actual levels that you were at before, it kind of like gives a be patient and go through the whole game from start to end, or you can just skip to where you were, luckily enough. The enemies can range from being hardened samurai, dodging you, hitting you with hard attacks and the like, to sometimes completely and utterly ignoring you or just facing away from you as you're battling them them and making the whole thing damn well easy, almost like it's like not even registered you in a way. And luckily enough, this doesn't happen too often, so it doesn't ruin the whole experience completely, but it does take you out of the game now and again when it happens. And you do get a good sense of achievement once you've completed each of these levels, and also when you go back and play them again, they actually seem easier, even though they are probably the same. It's just that you're more knowledgeable how to defeat them, or at least get to the end of them anyway. Graphically, it's got a nice, almost simple, cel-shaded type look, and I like the grainy effect of when you are behind an object and it kind of like grains out the background of the building or whatever it is to show where you are. The character models are quite nice and sort of varied-ish. I noticed in occasions that the camera sometimes works against you, and also other times where I've gone into a room, started attacking enemies, and they disappear in front of you because of the camera angle, which is rather annoying, and I've died a few times because of that reason, and I hope it could be patched. But all in all, the areas all look different, and yeah, it's quite a nice feel to the game. I also love the little shot that it gives you on the side when you are defeated by an enemy, and it kind of like shows you the enemy who defeated you as a like a moving picture type thing. Sound wise, I really do like the soundtrack. I actually automatically these days go into a game and turn down the actual music. This one I turned it down, then went, no, actually I quite like this, and turned it back up. All the actual other sounds like attacking, your sword, your sound good, and there's also a lot of environmental sounds as well, like dogs, birds, things like that, and also when you actually hit things it makes a sound, which is cool as well. The good. Definitely a good concept. I absolutely love samurais and I absolutely love Souls games, so putting them both together is a win-win. The sound and the look of the game is definitely a good thing, and the sheer amount of things you can do like blocking, countering and everything is also pretty cool to actually do. The bad, the controls sometimes feel a little bit unresponsive, which isn't what you need on this sort of game, and those times where the graphics would actually just make characters that you're fighting just disappear wholeheartedly is really annoying and will see you meet your death quite often. The camera angles sometimes are not on your favour. The score. Now, I absolutely love this game. It's really, really nice. You have to learn how to actually defeat the enemies, and that's part of a Souls game, I suppose. I've had a lot of fun with this game, and I am definitely going to be carrying on playing it until I complete it and see what comes after that as well. If nothing, I don't think I'll be disappointed for the price either, because of all the problems I've been having with the camera and the disappearing characters whilst you're actually battling. I think the only thing I can give it is a very strong 3 out of 5. If those camera problems and the disappearing characters would go away through some sort of patch, then I would definitely recommend this as a 4 out of 5. I would definitely pick it up. If you're on the fence, wait for a sale, but it's definitely worth getting if you're into Souls games at some point. I feel the alternative to this game is kind of an obvious one, but yes, it has to be Dark Souls. Obviously, the master of the genre that actually defined the genre has to be the alternative. You all know what it is, you all get it. It's a fantastic game. Go get it as well if you haven't already. Feel free to comment below on what you think, whether you got it and you disagree or agree with me, or jump into Discord and we can chat further about it. Or you can perhaps join into some of the streams that we have over there, or maybe do a review of your own about it in our community reviews, because life is better when we switch together.